Okay, let's take a look at this. Brett, he comments a lot, and he says, actually it is, meaning AA is more successful. I say that AA is not successful with people, okay? You're not comprehending. Out of all the treatment models, AA is number one. Science has documented this. Actually, it hasn't. And it's really, 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 really important. I do understand the belief system in Western culture, mostly in America, that has been pushing AA for 80 years as the gold standard, as the number one method. It is the gold standard in marketing. There's no doubt that they have changed the landscape of the addiction help space, and it's hurt millions of people. It's helped some, and it's hurt millions. So it's really, really important to know that, and to know that there are countless studies. I'm not going to go through all of them because I already, it's all documented in here, and you can read it in Stanton Peele's books. I have a pile of books over there. Mark Lewis, Stanton Peele, Carl Hart, Jeffrey Shaler, Gene Heyman. Just look up these names and look up the research. There's other research that goes back decades, and it just repeats itself over and over, that shows that AA is actually, it ranks very low. If you compare it to all sorts of different modalities, it is always in the bottom quarter as effectiveness. And in many cases, it shows that it is worse than doing nothing when you use control groups. So then people will point to the 5 or 10 articles or studies that prove supposedly that AA is very effective, but there are so many scientific glaring problems with these studies that it's almost silly to take them seriously. So it's really important to know the information and see it for what it actually is. If something is less effective than a brief intervention or doing nothing, that means it's harmful. It's not a neutral experience. But people are always, they have a confirmation bias. If they had a good experience, they assume everybody did, so they will gear everything towards that view. And the marketing with AA has been incredibly, incredibly successful for 80 years. But that's just because nobody's had the balls to go against it. But now, for decades, people really have been, and that's why we're seeing AA's attendance rate and membership rate go from 2 million at its top watermark. Now it's at 1.7 million, and it continues to go down, and their revenue streams are drying up. So, yeah, that's the reality. Brett, you're wrong, but you can keep parroting the same stuff, but it doesn't make it true. I'm sorry. All right, take care.